What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new HNN. We've got a lot of news today and a lot of ground to cover, so let's just dive right in, shall we? First up, Wolverine 3 set photos reveal a potentially key character, then Marvel Studios' presence at San Diego Comic-Con, and finally we'll round out our day with a new actor for Spider-Man Homecoming. But first up, let's talk about those Wolverine 3 set photos because they might have just revealed a major character for the movie. Now, for those of you that have followed the channel for a while, you know the drill. Sharing Fox movie set photos is a dangerous game, so we can't actually put them up on the screen. But you can easily get your hands on them at the link in the description below under the Today's Top Stories section. So pause the video, go check them out, and then circle back here for the breakdown. And okay, now that everyone's back, or they're just lazy enough to be happy with me describing the scene, the photos show off Hugh Jackman's Logan pushing Patrick Stewart's Professor X through a crowded room in a wheelchair. And Professor X does not look to be doing too good at all. And I mean, if this really does take place in the post-Days of Future Past timeline, that could explain a lot of it, as he'd be probably somewhere above 90. But in those pictures too, there's a young girl that's tagging along with Logan and Professor X, and it's a young girl who happens to just bear a passing resemblance to Logan himself. And some of you in the know probably know where I'm going with this. There's a pretty good chance that that young girl is our X-23, the female clone of Wolverine. And I know, that's a huge jump to make from one set photo, especially considering we haven't gotten anyone officially cast in the role, and we don't even know if X-23 officially is in the movie. But apparently she's very involved in the scene, especially from the description given by the photographer. The trio rushes out of the room, which the photographer says is a casino, and into the back of a truck. Well, chances are we'll know in a couple of months either way with SDCC coming up, but let me know in the comment section down below, do you think this could be our X-23? Speaking of SDCC and moving on to our next story, it looks like Marvel Studios is going to have a presence at the event after all. And after Marvel skipping out on the big stage last year, a lot of people thought that this was kind of just going to be the new normal, that Marvel would stick to unveiling their movies at their own events, like D23. That's why in part it came as a shock today when it was revealed that Marvel will actually have a presence by none other than Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson. Derrickson, I guess, had been fielding a lot of questions from fans about whether he would be at the event or not, and if his film would be at the event or not. I mean, it would only really make sense considering that the film comes out in 5 months and it never really got the Hall H treatment because Marvel skipped last year. Long story short, the director tweeted out this photo of a Doctor Strange banner going up in San Diego advertising the con, so it's safe to say that's a pretty good sign that both he and the film will be there. Then James Gunn chimed in and kind of cheekily said that he might have to visit too, which is probably a good sign that Guardians might be shown off as well. So even if this isn't an official confirmation, it all kind of seems to point in the direction that Marvel will officially be back at SDCC this year. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think Marvel's going to show off? And personally, I'm making my bets now. I think we're going to get a second Doctor Strange trailer. I think we'll probably get the first Guardians trailer, and then we'll probably also get the official unveiling of Brie Larson as Captain Marvel if she signs on for the movie. We could also get a sizzle reel for Spider-Man Homecoming, but that kind of seems just a little bit of a stretch considering it would have just started filming. But speaking of next year's Spidey solo film, they just added a new cast member. You see how I did that transition there? I'm actually really proud of that. And that cast member is none other than Kenneth Choi, who you might have seen in The Wolf of Wall Street, or The People vs. O.J. Simpson, or even in the MCU before as he played Jim Morita, one of the Howling Commandos in Captain America: The First Avenger. Now, Choi is apparently going to be playing Peter Parker's high school principal, just another addition to a very, very diverse cast that really looks like it's trying to realistically represent what a modern high school looks like, especially one in New York. And his casting also seems to suggest that the film is going to be very high school centric, rather than just a backdrop, setting, or minor subplot. And I hope I'm not the only one that really kind of hopes he's connected in some way to his first Avenger character, like a grandson or something. And I'm not saying they have to be connected, but I think it would just be a really kind of cool little bit of universe building and connectivity. So let me know your thoughts on all that in the comment section below, but that is going to bring us to the end of our show for today. Yes, I know, so sad all weekend without an HNN, but don't worry, I'll be back on Monday. So don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider supporting us on Patreon for access to all sorts of exclusive goodies that we've got tucked neatly up our sleeves. And be sure to go check out our gaming channel Press Play, which we've got back up and running both on YouTube and Twitch at the link in the description below. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next week.